Hello, my name is Jason Hayes, and I'm the Associate Minister for Pastoral Care at First Congregational Church in Boulder, Colorado. In this video, we will discuss the grief experience of family members of a person who has died by suicide and offer some do's and don'ts for reaching out to them. We'll also talk briefly about appropriate language to use when discussing suicides. First, let's define the term suicide survivor. The way we use the term, a suicide survivor is a loved one or a family member impacted by the suicide. After a suicide, survivors often turn to clergy for support. Most likely, you have offered comfort and support to many grieving families. While they have many similarities with others who are grieving a loss, suicide survivors have some unique characteristics that complicate their grieving. Here are some ways the survivor's grief experience differs from others. Often, family members feel intense guilt, anger, and shame because they did not anticipate the suicide, whether or not there were warning signs. As with other types of trauma, the grieving process can be complicated and difficult. Shock, disbelief, and denial are not uncommon emotions. If the deceased person has caused intense conflict, grieving can be complicated by a sense of relief. Embedded religious beliefs, for example, that suicide is a sin, can also complicate grieving. If the survivor discovered the body, trauma may be prolonged. Anger can be directed at the deceased person, at God, at other survivors, or at you. During the grieving process, a grieving person experiences intense emotions and does not know whether such experiences are normal or not. Survivors report that they are often encouraged by others to move on before they are ready. Some survivors may have unhealthy reactions to their loss, such as drinking alcohol excessively or considering suicide themselves. Now, let's go over some basic do's and don'ts. Keep in mind that your main role is to be a non-judgmental supporter. The do's include: do encourage family and friends to attend the funeral or memorial service. Do be available and encourage survivors to express their feelings. Do accept the survivor's feelings, no matter how intense they may be, and reassure them their feelings are normal. Do respect the survivor's pace of grieving. Don't try to hurry them. Do encourage everyone in your faith community to offer support, comfort, and acceptance. When in doubt, do ask, how can we support you at this time? Do seriously reflect on your own theological beliefs and struggles with respect to suicide, and make sure you are not imposing them on survivors. Here are a few things to avoid. Don't offer platitudes, such as, he's in a better place, or God needed him in heaven, or it was her time. Don't offer easy answers with respect to God. Don't try to avoid the fact that the death was a suicide. And don't tell the survivor they'll get over it. Next, let's talk about appropriate language that will help you be sensitive to the survivor's needs. Talk with survivors about their deceased loved one in the same way you would about any other person who has recently died. In most cases, Your openness will help survivors overcome the shame and the guilt that they may be feeling. Avoid using the word committed with respect to suicide. Committed is usually associated with sins or with crimes. Instead, use phrases such as died by suicide or took his or her life. Explain suicide as the worst possible outcome of mental health problems, rather than romanticizing it as a valiant struggle. And do not refer to successful or failed suicides. Now let's conclude with a few suggestions for offering short-term and long-term support for survivors. Your faith community can be an important resource of love and support and comfort for suicide survivors. Offer the same gestures of kindness you extend to other persons who are grieving the loss of a loved one. Make a point of intentionally drawing survivors into the fabric of your faith community through deliberate inclusiveness. Encourage family members to find a support group for survivors of suicide. If no such support group exists in your community, consider recommending professional counseling with a therapist experienced with suicide survivors. Be sure to watch the other videos in the Caring Clergy Project, Suicide Intervention and Response series, and the Making Referrals series. Remember, you can be a key person in helping your congregants find hope and reassurance, and help connect them to life-saving resources. Thank you for being a caring clergy.